My main man, Elliot, he's been on YouTube for so long, he's a certified OG. I'm a certified kettlebell coach, and I'm gonna react to his video that says, Kettlebells don't build muscle. Gregory from Lebe here. This video serves two purposes. First of all, we want to react to a coach and see how we can learn and benefit from it and maybe give some constructive feedback. And second, these reaction videos are highly demanded on our YouTube channel.
All right, I got this quick question about my thoughts on kettlebell training, and is it resourceful for building muscle, or why would you do it? So the very first caveat is I didn't go to Pavel's class. I didn't take the RKC. I've never done any certifications on kettlebell training.
He says that with a slight undertone.
I just happen to think they're cool. I might take a certification one day, but it's neither here nor there. It happens to be a tool that I use at times for one specific reason.
Pavel Tsatsouline is the most popular figure in the kettlebell world, and I think it's interesting that most people talk about him when it comes to kettlebell training, even though we could also talk about Steve Cotter, which we have learned from and benefited from greatly. We've done his certifications from the IKFF, which is a different training style. It's a Girevoy sports style. Pavel has popularized the game so much, and he's the most well known because nobody else pushed the kettlebell and the marketing to the level that he has. He's an OG and he's a legend in his own right. And there are other coaches as well that you can learn from and you can benefit from when you listen to them.
And it is because it's a great form of resistance cardio, in my opinion.
If you use a heavy enough kettlebell, you can use it for resistance training only, without the cardiovascular aspect.
You're using a lot of functional movements when you use the kettlebell. So you had better have some structural integrity first. I think that's what a lot of RKCers, that's their point. Their point is like structural integrity means everything first before you go and start swinging this weight around.
From experience, we work with clients who never even touched a kettlebell before, and they lack structural integrity. And it's all good as long as you start with the right exercises. I believe choosing ballistics first, like the swing, cleans, and snatches, with somebody who never even touched the kettlebell is probably not the right way. I think the best way is to start with some grinding lifts to build a foundation first.
I've been training with barbells and dumbbells since I was 14 years old. So the structural integrity is there and my posture is solid. I have pretty good joint articulation, and my joints move within their instantaneous axis of rotation. All the shit that I talked about with regard to posture. So it's not a big deal for me, but if you're a beginner, you might want to make sure that, and you're starting with the kettlebell, you might want to consider the things that they talk about.
Consider talking to a highly trained coach who can really help you, that you can really learn the benefits and the power of the kettlebell, because it's such a unique instrument. But you have to learn the skills and you have to learn them right. You need the right information before you can use the kettlebell for inspiration.
Now here's a kettlebell. I've only got a couple of them. You want to see over there. And I've used the shit out of them and throw them around. And, we only have heavy ones.
We only have heavyweights. No lightweight. No lightweight, baby. So another thing that I want to mention is how OG Elliot really is. You see some club bells right here, and this video is like 7 or 8 years old, and he's a real OG. 7 or 8 years ago, I didn't even know what club bells was. I've heard about kettlebells, but I've never seen or heard about club bells. He got some resistance bands and dumbbells. He got a lot of stuff going on. So Elliot is a real OG.
When you're using kettlebells, if you're doing it like as a sport, they've got like, you've got to do like 50, 60, 70 repetitions sometimes. It's ridiculous. And they weigh like 50 pounds a piece. Yeah. So to me, that sounds like resistance cardio, right? You know, I mean, repetitions that exceed 15, 20, 30, 40 reps, you're training your cardiovascular system.
Yes, you do.
And you're also, through the resistance, training your neuromuscular system. So you're getting a lot done in a very short period of time with one piece of equipment. That's why it's so freaking cool. If you want—
That's the awesome stuff about the kettlebell, and he's 100% right. You build everything at once with one training equipment. And the competition aspect that he mentioned, it's just crazy how kettlebell athletes can lift that stuff. But they use a lot of power from the legs, and they use technique. That's the Girevoy sports style. What's interesting is that even Brad Schoenfeld mentioned in a recent study that you can build muscle with lighter weights. and the scientific background on the kettlebell is not that vast, it would be so interesting to see how kettlebell training and the Girevoy sport affects building muscle, because you can build solid and strong muscle with kettlebell training.
My video when I was camping with my children about a month ago, I brought a kettlebell with me. When I'm at home on the weekends and I want to get in a workout, I use a kettlebell. I don't use a lot of different exercises, but the ones that I do use get my heart pumping and get my muscles and core to work a little bit.
And that's the awesome stuff about kettlebells as well. You don't need a lot of exercises because you work your whole body with the staple exercises. That's why we believe in swings, cleans, snatches, deadlifts, press, all those basic exercises that integrate and form and work your whole body.
I mean, I would demonstrate here for you, and that's kind of was the point of this exercise, this video, but I'm sure my form will get torn apart by you RKC Nazis. But anyway.
So here you hear the backlash of its undertone in the beginning. And there's one thing I want to mention. The reason why I didn't choose the way with RKC is because it felt to me like this, I gotta be the biggest, the strongest, the hardest type of guy. I'm sure there are some great and awesome RKC coaches. I don't want to doubt that for a bit. But if you listen to Pavel, he's kind of like that dude that says, even in his videos, he says, we don't do light around here. We got to go hard. We got to do this. We got to do bam. He's more like the ice cold Russian dude. When you talk to Steve Cutter, for example, he calls himself a peaceful warrior. And I like that mentality. He's much more calm, much more quiet. It's not about who's the strongest or the best or who's the hardest. It's about lifting other people up. It's about training. It's about working out. It's about the love and the passion for the kettlebell. And the RKC and Pavel tends in that other direction that I didn't like that much, and that's probably why Elliot now says, you RKC Nazis. You're gonna tear him apart. Well, he's an OG. Gotta love Elliot.
A couple of my favorites are Snatch, right?
Awesome. Great form. Great form. Judging from the hard style of you, I'd say this is great form. When you look at the Girevoy Sports Snatch, it looks completely different.
Right, and you can see right away. Hip extensions, using a lot of the posterior chain, core, because I'm moving on my center of gravity over my base of support. The lats, the arms, boom,
everything,
pushing through.
Full body exercise.
The speed at which I'm moving is producing power.
Yep.
The amount of reps that I'm using produces endurance and stamina. So, I mean, it's a great fucking exercise. It's not going to build you muscle, right? So if you're trying to have an Arnold Schwarzenegger body, a Kai Green body, you're not going to use kettlebells to build that type of body. It's just not heavy enough.
And here's the big difference. You will build solid and athletic and strong muscle with kettlebell training. However, you're not gonna look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Kai Green. Aside from having to take probably other stuff, you will work out completely different. Your workout schedule, your exercises will be much more isolated to build that big of a biceps. To build a bodybuilding body, you won't use kettlebells. And that's what Elliot is saying, and that's where I 100% completely agree on. What's interesting is that most people don't want to look like bodybuilders. Most people don't want to work out like bodybuilders, yet they follow a bodybuilding type of plan and they use resistance machines following a machinery that is more designed for bodybuilders because it isolates the body. Most people will benefit from integrated exercises such as the snatch, like he's shown, because it works so much from your body and you don't have to do a lot of exercises, and most people don't want to become bodybuilders anyway, yet most people follow that type of routine. I think that's an interesting afterthought.
And the exercises aren't resourceful for building muscle. Another one that I like?
They are resourceful for building muscle, but remember, not a bodybuilding type of body.
Two favorite that I have is the one I just showed you, and then just straight up swings.
And now he's doing the American swing, which can be harmful to your shoulders. We love the hand-to-hand swing. We believe it's the best version of the swing.
I'm using everything. So there you have it, folks. You want to invest in a kettlebell? It would be helpful to growing stronger. Peace.
Yeah, you gotta love Elliot. I gotta pay him respect. I gotta pay him dues. He's an awesome dude from all the videos that I've watched from him. He knows his stuff. He's been down doing this for so long. He's an OG. Now, just to sum this one up, you can build muscle with kettlebell training. However, if you want to build a bodybuilding type of body, you have to use different equipment. Your workout will look different. You will probably split your whole workout. You will use exercises that isolate your muscles to build that type of body. And kettlebells are not made to build this type of body or to isolate your muscles. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it, share it with your friends, and if you want to see more of this kettlebell stuff, then subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.